All right, presto changeo. I am ready. I have my snack. I have my wine, and I'm really hungry and thirsty. And I am really excited about this wine. This just came in. So this wine is from the Savoy region in France. The producers Berthollier, pair of brothers, Denis and Didier Berthollier. They farm basically organically, no pesticides, no herbicides. Very little sulfite additions and only natural yeasts in the winemaking process. So I expect this to have some really nice natural character, like just tastes like real wine. And so hopefully that's what we're going to get here. I'm really excited to taste this. So the grape here is actually Bergeron. This is from the area Chignin Bergeron. There is an area, Chignin, that has two appellations in the Savoy region. And Savoy, if you don't know, is sort of just that mountainous region towards Switzerland to the east of the Rhone Valley in France. And one of the main indigenous grapes there is Jacquer, which is the Chignin appellation, but this is Chignin Bergeron. And so here you have the Bergeron. Actually, Bergeron is the grape that this wine is made from. It's 100% Bergeron, also known as Roussanne, particularly in the Rhone Valley, where it's often blended with Marsanne and Viognier and other Rhone grape varieties to create white Rhone wines. So I expect this is going to go really well, as most Savoy wines do. This is going to pair really nicely with a nice mountain cheese from the Savoy area. So I have here made myself a little snacky snack, a little melty cheese toast with Gruyere, underneath which I have some chopped cornichon and a little brown mustard. So I think this is going to pair really nicely. I think the wine will have nice acidity. Hopefully that will cut through the sort of the richness, the fatness of the cheese. And the flavor profile, I think, should match really nicely too. So here we go. Let's give it a little swirl and put my nose in it. See what we got here. Okay, so this is definitely nice and clean. The fruit, I would say, leans a little bit more towards yellow fruits. There's almost a little bit of peachiness here. So not really opulent, but definitely broader. It's not super crisp and linear on the nose. It has a little breadth, a little bit of yellow fruit, a little bit of that peach, but also some yellow apples and pear skin. Almost maybe a little bit of an herbal note. Not a lot of really sort of opulent floral notes. There's nothing exotic here. So this is a good food wine. And I can tell already on the nose, there's going to be some nice acidity here that's going to be fresh and lively. This is, by the way, there's really no oak influence here. This is aged 80% in steel and about 20% in used oak, so shouldn't impart much oak flavor, I'm expecting. So I'm going to put it in my mouth and see what happens. The acidity is definitely there, but it's not searing. It's not overwhelming. It's actually really well balanced. Really almost creamy on the palate, and I love that in a wine when it has the acidity, it has the freshness, but there's also texture and unctuousness, and this wine definitely has that. On the palate, again, I'm definitely getting like almost like fuzzy peach skin, a little bit of pear, definitely more yellow fruits than white fruits, and not really a lot of like bright citrus flavors, which I was kind of expecting a little more like citrus, but I am really pleasantly surprised as to how complex and unctuous this wine is. Really, really delicious. Getting almost a little bit of baking spice too. So let's see how it matches with my cheese. Hopefully this experiment will work out. I think this is going to be a good pairing. Oh, that's good. I have to say, that is just about the perfect combination. I can't imagine anything going with this melted Gruyere and the cornichon. So a little bit of that tartness of the cornichon and the mustard. And that rich, nutty fattiness of the Gruyere goes really well with this, the balance and the flavor profile of this wine. I think this would also pair really nicely, other than with cheeses, which is natural, kind of a natural pairing, but I think this would go really nicely with a lot of different vegetable dishes. I could see this going definitely with mac and cheese, anything with a little bit of like porky smokiness, anything that has a little bit of bacon in it, like I said, mac and cheese. I could see this going really well actually with sort of those classic Roman pasta dishes like carbonara and cacio e pepe that have the smoky fattiness of the guanciale and the cheese. I think it would be lovely. That's delicious. All right, so once again, Berthollier Chignin Bergeron. I highly recommend it. Just got it in at 67 wine. Selling it for about 25 bucks a bottle. Not super cheap, but a really, really beautiful wine to pair with cheeses, vegetable dishes. I could see this going with seafood too, really nicely, especially a freshwater fish, pan-fried trout, salmon. So give it a shot and enjoy. Cheers.